So, what do you think makes like a good reporter?
Hmm. There are several elements. And this is just my view of things, and I only worked in journalism for 3 years, so I'm now I've spent much more time in academia than I have in journalism, actually. But having observed some people who I really, really admire in journalism and kind of thinking about what they do really well, one is they're very observant, they listen well, and so they notice things before other people do. And also they connect the dots and find patterns. My old editor, Zanny, who's currently editor chief of the Economist, will say, what's the value proposition of the Economist? It's we we're in the room, we are talking to the people at the forefront of different fields, and then we are able to connect the dots across the world and kind of explain and elucidate the world for our readers, to kind of roll back the fog. And so I think noticing things in different places from different sources, like a conversation I have with you, a conversation I have in a reporting trip to a village, and then you find a way to link that to the data I'm looking at on the Bloomberg terminal, and then the conversation that's happening, a speech that Modi is giving in Parliament, right? You notice these things that show up in different places, and you can kind of see the themes that are shaping the world. I think for the type of reporting that I was doing at The Economist, that was like a really important thing. Being able to figure out what the next big shift or idea was that would matter. So that's the observational component. And then there's like an analytical component. I think the best reporters, they're not just playing back what happened. They are analyzing it and assessing quality of evidence. And actually, you're coming, frankly, to a view yourself. I think there's a divide in traditional newspapers between the reporting side and the opinion side. In The Economist, there isn't actually that divide. The same people who do the news pieces also write the leaders, which is, I think, the only paper where that happens, as far as I'm aware. And so I've always thought it's actually quite useful to come up with a view or a thesis, and after you've done the reporting, and then of course pressure test that. Right, you have to be willing to get feedback from other people, share your ideas, get feedback, and incorporate that feedback. And that's sort of the maybe the analytical ability, I think, is super important. So yeah, maybe it's observation, analysis, or maybe the two core components.